Hi, good afternoon. My name is Betha of Yellowberry Creations. Welcome back. I'm happy to see you all and hope you enjoy crafting and creating new fascinators together in this new season. I don't know about you where I am. It's now autumn. I'm in the UK. I hope everywhere you are is really nice and good, and we thank God for that. We're just going to continue with making straw fascinators, which is my favorite fascinators. And if you are not convinced by now that you can make something out of ordinary placemat straw fascinator straw mats, then I don't know how else I can convince you. It doesn't matter which color. I had gold here, I've got sage green, and I had dark green. All of them are so beautiful colors. They just look ordinary, as you can see, but guess what, they make really beautiful fascinators. That's why they are called fascinators in the first place, because you just have to make something fascinating out of the ordinary. To be honest, you don't have to go all your way to get a very expensive stuff unless you want to do so. These fascinators are very good. They come and they are very soft. Some people, they put stiffener if they want to mold them. I haven't tried molding them, of which I'm thinking of doing this season when I'm making some of my fascinators, to try and mold them with stiffener to see how they come. But as for now, I've just been using them like this, and I've made some very beautiful fascinators. During summer, my shop is still very young. I sell my fascinators on Etsy and on eBay. I've sold quite a few, and I was actually shocked that most of the fascinators that were bought were the straw fascinators. That's what gives me the strength to keep wanting to make more straw fascinators. So like I've said, some of them, they're very soft, as you can see. This, like this one, yeah, most of them actually, when I'm buying, I've just gotten these really soft ones. If you can see, just made of straw, nothing fancy there. So this is the first type of placemats that I use, and the other type I'm just going to use again these ones. And as you can see, this is a set of 4. This is a set of 4, and they come in gold color. Like we are now almost in the festive season, we're going to get placemats in such beautiful colors like gold, silver, red and green, because those are the festive colors. So I've picked a set of 4 placemats, and it's gold in color. I bought them in B&M. For those ones who are in England, they know the shop B&M, but wherever you are, I'm sure you can get these placemats from any shop. You can get in America with dollar store. I don't know with other places that you're watching from. So I've got 4 fascinators, and by the end of it, I'm going to show how beautiful these fascinators come out of them. I'm going to show some from these placemats like this, then I'm going to show some from these ones. And it's very easy, and it's not time consuming. So for you to make your fascinator, basic fascinator, you just need your placemat. You will need your Alice band. It depends on what you're going to use. Some want to use Alice band, some want to use a crocodile clip, some want to use an elastic band, but I like using these Alice bands or headbands most, because they give a firm attachment to my fascinator, and it sits well on the head. And I'm just going to use my hot glue gun, and I'm going to use my transparent thread and needle, and I'm just going to use a little embellishment, maybe just to, because I don't want to put much detail on my fascinator, because already it's sparkly and it's gold, so I don't want to overwhelm it with a lot of things. So I'm just going to go minimum and just use a little embellishment there. So this is what I need, and I'm just going to use this is my padding. I'm just going to cut in a circle, so to help me secure my Alice band. When I touch there, then I just place there, so it keeps in place. So keep watching as we keep going. Okay, so here I've just threaded my needle and thread, my transparent thread. I've made it long enough so I don't have to keep threading it. I'll just have continuous stitching. So I'm just going to pull out one fascinator and I put the rest aside. So what I do normally, I just check and see where the joint is really, because I don't want to put the joint at the front. If you see what I mean, I don't want to put the joint at the front there, because it will be very, very visible when you put it there. So I try to put it on the side or at the back, so it's not noticeable. So I love these ones because they're really, really soft, so they're not going to give me a lot of hassle just trying to bend them. So what I'm simply going to do with this one, I'm just going to use my hands, to bend, to fold it, as you can see. Just going to use my hands to fold it. It doesn't matter how you do it, it doesn't have a sequence. You can do it from the left, with your left side of your hand, or you can do it with your right side of the hand, as long as you just fold it. So I may just put my fingers there, then I'll just hold it like this. I'm just grabbing it, and there I grab it again. And as you can see, by doing that already, I already have something coming up like a shape of a fascinator. So I'll keep doing that and see what nice shape I'll come with before I secure it with my needle and thread. So the next step, after I've made sure this is the shape that I want, I just take my needle and thread and I start sewing in and out. Here I'm trying to secure so that my pattern remains intact. Sometimes you can use hot glue, but I would advise that you use needle and thread more, because it's strong and it secures a little bit better and firmer. You can use both if you want to, but at this moment I've just decided to use needle and thread. And if you use hot glue gun when you're selling your fascinators, the most important thing is, when you write your how to care for fascinators, you should tell your customers not to place the fascinators on the heaters, on the radiators, or not to iron them directly, because that hot glue will just melt and everything will just fall apart. So it's best, if you want to secure your fascinator tightly, that you use both hot glue and needle and thread. So as you can see, I keep sewing and sewing. At the same spot, I'm trying to make sure that it's intact and it won't come apart. That's what I'm trying to do. And as I'm using this transparent thread, I'm guaranteed that there are no hanging threads that are going to show, and my work is going to be as neat as possible because I'm using a transparent thread. So after I've done that, I just make a knotting here. Make sure you knot so that it is well strong. Make sure you finish your knotting. Make sure that it's secure and it won't unravel. So as you can see, here is my already looking pretty fascinator, just basic. See, can decide to leave it like that, put a headband, it's already beautiful, or I choose to continue making it. Keep watching. So the next thing now I'm going to do, I've just realized that my mat It's got some strands of ivory thread, of which I'm just thinking, okay, here I've got an ivory ostrich striped feather, this long ostrich striped feather, and it's ivory in color, so it would look nicer and it would add a little bit of glamour if I add it to my fascinator. Because here also I'm going to use this embellishment, this pearl bead to put where I've been sewing earlier on. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my hot glue and I'm just going to put on my feather. I just put a fair amount of glue, and because I've got space where I've been sewing there, I'm just going to insert my feather through there and press. Just make sure the feather is facing where exactly you want it to face. Mine, I want it to curl going this way, so this is what I've done with mine. It's just one feather I'm going to put. I'm not going to put so much because I don't want too much in the same place. Okay. So because of the nature of this mat as well, it has got some little holes which might make it difficult for my pearl bead to stick on properly after I've put on glue. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut a little circle from my foam padding here. I'm just going to cut a little circle, and with this I'm going to put a little bit of glue. I put some glue there, then I attach my bead. So this is what I'll have. So now when it's like this, it's easier now to stay in place when I put it on my fascinator. So just put a fair amount there. Take my pearl bead and I attach. I've used my hot glue gun to attach, and this is how it's looking like. So the next thing after we are all done with this is to go on and cut a square or a circle. Like I said before, this one is to help attach our Alice band in place. These ones are sold in packs as well, and they come in multicolors. I've got a lot of them here. I just bought them. Come in multicolors. This is quite handy. If you keep them like this, then any fascinator of any color you make, you can just choose one and you just cut some circles or some squares, then you are ready to go. Just cut them like this and keep them ready to go. So since I did not have these ones already cut, I am going to cut them now. So I just take two of them, and this is how I'm going to do. I'm just going to place my Alice headband in between, put some hot glue gun, and I'm just going to press them together. Besides using this method, sometimes you just have to use elastic, so your Alice band can be adjustable. You know, some people, they want to wear their fascinators up high, and some they want to wear them down a little bit. So if you put an elastic of which you can adjust, that will be perfect. But if you just want to secure it in the same place like I'm doing with this one, just make sure you go with this method. Alright, so after I've made my Alice band and my padding, it's time that I attach now to my head. So I'm just going to put a fair amount of glue again. Just going to put a fair amount of glue. And I attach. Okay, so this is my fascinator already. It's all finished. So this is what I've come up with. So you can see this is the outcome, and it has come up really nice. You can glamorize yourself with a black dress, with a gold dress, whichever you want. But who would notice that this is a placemat? No one will ever notice that this is a placemat. So if you have time, just look at my fascinators that I've made using straw and see how beautiful. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Hope to see you next time. If you want, you can challenge yourself, buy your pack of placemats and see how many fascinators you can make and what designs you can come up with. I've just showed you one. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.